everyone. Seeing so many of you on the Saturday makes me believe that the topic that we are discussing here is an important topic, and hearing all these wonderful stories where I say that underlining messages, follow your passion, do what you love, is just like something I also truly believe in. So probably I will just try to summarize of what we have discussed, because the speakers have in so many beautiful ways described and give you a lot of tips already what it means to do green jobs and how their life was. So when talking about green jobs and career and sustainability, I would like to bring the topic of our individual decisions related to the career and our passion needed in order to solve the climate crisis issues that we are facing. And I wear a multiple hat. So I study psychology. I know that in the questions we had, someone asked if psychologists can also contribute to a green economy. Yes, you can. I study psychology as a trainer and do what you love coach. I work with the individuals on designing their life and career. As a co-founder and co-creator of Young India Challenge, we bring together people from all over India to solve challenges related to sustainability. And as a founding member of Youth for Sustainability India Alliance, where most of my work focuses these days, we built a common platform for young people, for youth-led organizations, and organizations and companies working where the goals is to solve the challenges related to UN SDGs 12 and 13, which is responsible production and consumption and climate crisis, to come together on a platform and to mobilize people to act. So my career wasn't in sustainability, it wasn't like a straight line. It had a lot of turning points here and there. I started as a human resource specialist in fossil fuel company. And then I was working for the fast fashion industry as well. But that did not feel right with me. It did not feel right with my values. So I decided to focus more on programs and development programs for people to design them in a way so that they could follow their passion. But in my current role, I work more with youth and with organizations to mobilize on the actions. So the career was a little bit not straight, I would say, but at the end of the day, in all these positions, I was recruiting, or I would say matching personality candidates to the organization. So I'm gonna today tell you a little bit more about the skills that I needed, and also I will share one CV of a speaker that you met today, Mr. Yusuf, who kindly agreed to share and allow us to go through his CV. I'm going to show you as a recruiter.
Don't show my marks, huh? Don't show my graduation or marks.
We're going to talk about that. So I'm going to tell you what are the points as a recruiter, where my attention goes, so that you will know a little bit more on how to prepare your own CV. All right, so let's get started. And I would like to start with telling you how we are usually decide about our career path, and also the models of reality, because that's where it comes from. Our models of reality influence what kind of path of the career we decide to take. And one of the ways of how we do it is through our childhood. So our parents or our near society is telling us what is right, what is wrong. Study hard, get the good grades, don't run too fast because you will fall and you will scratch your legs, or don't do this kind of jobs because, you know, it's not for your, it's not good to do it. So we learn this kind of messages, what is right, what is wrong, and it's getting imprinted in us. Another way is a need for belonging. So imagine that your colleagues are just completely into coding, but you love playing the guitar. It's a little bit difficult. So you will try to learn coding a little bit also, to not be a misfit for them. Another one is an authority figure. If we admire someone a lot, we would like to be like them. It's not always our conscious choice, but it's just that we would like to be like them. Imitation, we copy the behaviors. When we don't know what to do in life, usually we copy the behavior of other people around us. So when we don't really know what kind of career we should choose, we look at the very close circle of our friends or family, and then just copy what they are doing. And internal insecurities. Quite often, when we don't believe in ourselves, when we think that, oh no, I'm not good enough, oh, this exam is too difficult, I'm not going to get into that field, we don't even try to go for the opportunities which might be like our dream come true, because we think that, I'm going to fail. Why should I even bother about that? So I would really like you to encourage you to explore career paths outside your circle, outside the people that you know today, to get involved with as many communities as possible, especially as we are talking in this series in green economy, to see what are the other possibilities, because the possibilities are just, a lot of them. And the easiest way is to just start expanding your circle. When I go to schools, colleges, and I ask this question, were you told or strongly advised by your parents what kind of career you used to choose, or rather you were just generally asked? I think like around 100 out of 100 people who are in the room, 2, 3 would raise their hand saying, my parents asked me what I want to do. The rest are told what to do. So I'm just wondering if it's the same with you. If the chat is open, you can type the message told, if you were told what to do, or asked if you were genuinely asked of what is that you want to do. You were asked. Oh, I see so many asked. That's so wonderful. Told, no. Oh, wow. Maybe seems like this community is it's a little bit different space, but that's amazing to see. So one thing I realized is that when I was in school, I've learned that there are 6 billion people. And then sometimes ago, I've heard, no, we are reaching 8 billion. And I said, no, my teacher told me 6. What's happening here? And the population grows so much, so fast. The reality of how we live today is changing. So I dig a little bit down, I went to the data and I start searching. And I realized that on my grandma's birthday, there was around 1 billion people. On my parents' birthday, already 2 billion. On my birthday, there was already more than 4 billion. And if I had a child today or in the coming years, it will be 8 billion. So we are growing so fast, and the resources that we are using as a population are still the same resources on the planet. So like water, air, land. So the same resources that my grandma had for herself when she was small, today we have to share it with 8 other people, 7 to 8 other people. And the challenges that my grandma or my parents had when they were starting their career are completely different than the challenges that we have today. And you heard from the speakers today that there are cyclones in Odisha, there are floods in Mumbai or Calcutta. There are so many different challenges that we are facing. That I truly believe that we do not have the luxury anymore just to think about the career and the convenience of our own families. We do need to focus on the solutions, local and global challenges that we are facing. And there are many of them, of the opportunities, how you could contribute as well. I was very happy to hear that most of the speakers, especially Dr. Sonali, Dr. Himanshu, Yusuf as well, emphasize the importance of following your passion or on doing what you really enjoy, doing what you love. You might have seen this slide somewhere on the social media, but I would like to a little bit focus on that. So what does it mean to do what you love? These are the activities, the causes, everything that you really feel for. So the more you do it, then you are getting better at it. And if you are doing something which worlds need and contributing to the green economy, on sustainability, this is something definitely we all need right now. We have very short window of action that we need to take. The moment you start solving the challenges, something that world really needs, they will start paying you for it. None of the speakers said today that I'm doing it voluntarily and I'm not being paid for that, right? It is a very great myth that in that space you don't earn money. That's not true. That's not true. You can earn really well. You can be paid really well, even better than CEOs of the big companies in India. So I would say that's a myth. And the more you start doing what you love, the more you start practicing it, then you are really great at it. So then your value is even higher. And that middle spot inside is this purpose, is this love for for the work that you are doing. And people ask me, okay, so how do I figure it out? What is that I love doing? It's a little bit complicated, difficult. I don't really know. So some people are lucky and they discover their passion, their purpose at early age. So for instance, someone introduced them to computer coding, and since they were small, they were learning the coding languages, and they are really, really amazing at that. But some of us need a little bit more time and experience to figure out what that is. It's not simple. We need to, maybe learn some languages, maybe travel a little bit, try different kind of skills, and then you never know. There is this moment that it's like putting all the, sticks into the fire, the wood into the fire, and suddenly, wow, now I know. I have combined all my knowledge. Now I know I'm going to add extra value to the world. And one way to do it is to focus on the task. So you might love photography and you might learn better ways of taking pictures, capturing it, practicing that particular skill or task, or you may focus on the cause. And so let's say you are into nature. A lot of you said today how much you love nature. If you focus on that cause, to save, to work for the solutions for climate crisis, you will figure out your way. What is that you really love doing? And I would love to encourage you to ask yourself this question: what comes to your head when you think about successful and wealthy life? Because if you do not set up your criteria of what it means successful life, you're going to follow the criteria of what the society is telling you around. You're going to fall in the trap of, I need more money, I need more properties, I need more holidays, I need better clothes. And you're going to miss what is really valuable for you. And my work, what is successful for me is that I can meet a lot of diverse people. I'm from Poland. I live in India right now for the last 7 years. Just last weekend, I've been to Similipal in the tribal villages celebrating the Indigenous Day. I cannot imagine, more successful life for myself to meeting different kind of mentalities, different kind of ways of life, and expanding myself as well in that way, and to be flexible to really do what I feel is important to do. So set up your own criteria for success and don't fall for the trap of others, what the others are telling you. All right, so here a little bit of theory from the HI background. A lot of people are asking, okay, so what kind of competences should I have? How should I start? So something about that. So knowledge, it's a one competence component of competence. Knowledge is a theoretical knowledge of how things work. So let's say you are a photographer and you have a camera, and you know, because you read the instruction, there is a lens. You read a little bit of, a little bit of physics, so you know how the optics work. But then comes skills, and there are two types: soft skills and hard skills. So the skills are whether you can apply that knowledge into some use. So in this case, you know how to take those pictures. You know the shutter speed, the all the technicalities, and you know how to do it. And the soft skills would be, which are a little bit more interpersonal. Let's say you are taking a picture of tribal communities. So you need to learn a little bit more, apart from only clicking pictures everywhere, a little bit more of how to relate to people, what kind of clothes to wear, what kind of language to use, how to behave. Because we are, when taking pictures of in such situations, you go to their houses almost. So it requires a little bit of sensitivity in that. Otherwise, they will just use their sticks and send you away. And abilities are the circumstances under which you are performing the task. So whether it's a stress, whether it's a challenging weather condition, if you are shooting pictures and going with the pictures example, if you are shooting a picture in of a nature, it requires different skills and abilities. Like you have to be a little bit more patient to capture something, and different skills and abilities you will need when you work with people in the, let's say you are a journalist, you're taking picture of catastrophes that happen in the world. You might face some troubles with authorities who are telling you need to go from here, but you still need to take that shot. So knowledge, skills and abilities combined are creating your competencies. So it's not knowledge alone. It's not about the only courses that you're going to do. You need to learn how to apply those skills and under certain abilities. So you need to go and start doing something to figure out what kind of a person you are and how your competencies are. And a little bit more about credentials. So credentials, it's only the degrees and certificates that you take, that proves that you did. So workshops, of course, certificates if you attend any educational courses, or also if you had taken a part in any kind of projects as well. Transferable skills. Those are skills that you can learn on any kind of job. Whatever you do, whether it's actually job or it's a project or whatever you are involved, you can take it with you. And these are also super valuable because in many circumstances, you will work with people. At some point, you might become a leader. So you need to know also how to manage your team. You will need to learn how to communicate with people. It's not enough that you have a great idea. You need to know how to convince people that these are great ideas. So those skills can be transferred everywhere, and they might be needed specifically in, let's say, engineering or medical science, but it can be used later into sustainability in whatever you choose. And self-management meta skills are those where you understand yourself. You go a little bit above and you understand, you can choose what are the right opportunities for you when you say yes and when you say no, that's not for me, because there is an opportunity cost to every decision. If you focus on something, it means that you will not be able to focus on something else. And especially at the beginner, you will, as a fresher, you will face a lot of these issues, people telling you, no, you need to do it. And you feel that pressure, yes, I need to perform. Sometimes you need to say, no, I'm taking a back step because I don't think that's something that's gonna do good for me for the future. So these are the meta skills that are also important. And if you have all of that combined, the chances for your employability are very, very high. So in India, there are studies showing that 50% of graduates are not employable, which means that they do not have required skills to be hired. And then the companies and organizations need to put a little bit more effort into training them. So you don't want to be that kind of person. You want to be a little bit ahead of the crowd. So apart from the knowledge, attending a lot of different webinars, trainings, and workshops, you also need to get into action to test your skills to be able to perform. All right, let's jump to this exciting moment to see the resume. Let me share another box. All right, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, so here we go. This is a LinkedIn profile. I will be telling you, we met with Yusuf today for the first time on the panel. We didn't know each other before, so I will be telling you what was my first impression when I saw this. And I'm going to encourage you to see many more of such profiles, just to figure out how those are built. So my first attention I paid for the picture, just look at the smiley face. You can see that this is very engaged and very kind person and very dedicated, because the picture is also with the UN symbol. So I think he really, candidate for this purpose, I'll call it candidate. I think the candidate really loves what he's doing. He's very dedicated and passionate about it. Then we have a small small introduction, state lead. So I already know here that his main focus is on water, on sanitation, waste management. So, okay, I know the profile, and I will know as a recruiter whether this is the kind of profile I'm searching or completely not. Then there is a network. We already know that we have some common friends, which is great, because as a recruiter, I may always, from the back end to check, what do you think about this person? So never burn bridges. Whatever you do in life, whatever internship or volunteering you have, you don't know when you're gonna cross your roads again, or with whom you're gonna cross your roads again. Then there are activities. So here, I will be able to see what is important for this candidate, because he's sharing it on social media. So it means that in a way he's self-branding, but also he's standing for something important. So if I go here and there, I will see a lot of articles, a lot of information related to sanitation, to water, and how we can fight climate change. So, okay, I think very dedicated person. He's really into it. The next thing you see is the experience. And this is very important for me as a recruiter. I don't really want to know your education at this level. I want to know if you have the competencies, where knowledge is only a small part of it. I need to know what is your experience. And here, what I love to pay very much attention to are the dates. Okay, 12 years in UNICEF, and then also before in UNICEF. Oh my, that's very long. And it means to me that, okay, this is a stable company. That's something I can bet for, because if this candidate was for so long in this company, it means that the chances that he will stay in our organization or company are much high. And it seems like he was being promoted within the organization. So, okay, that's really great. Something I pay attention to also are the bullet points. The more bullet points, not the more, but if it's crystal clear and the bullet points are short, it's more likely I'm going to read it. So this I'm going to read, but this, it's a little bit difficult for me to read because it looks like a common text. So if this was a bullet points, that would help me more. And then I go to see what was happening before. Okay, that was a part-time. Why part-time? Because at the same time, he was already working with other companies. So it means that this person can do much more in terms of for the cause. It's into a lot of different things. But if you go a little bit more down, and I did that before, I would like to know how this candidate even started. Maybe some of you would be questioning of how this candidate even started his job to be today in that position in UNICEF. So the first was the internship. It was not a job immediately. It was an internship to learn a little bit more in this area for 5 months, which is good. It was not a very short internship, like 2 weeks, 3 days project, but it was a kind of amount of time that would give skills to learn, as the speaker was sharing already today. And that internship was at the same time, if you go a little bit to check the data with the whole educational that this candidate has, that internship was made at the same time we're studying during the studies. So this candidate was not waiting until finishing the studies and then to start searching for some experience. No, this candidate started searching for the experiences during the education time. And then he chose another internship. And this is something interesting I want you to pay attention. While working with People's Science Institute, he started as an intern, but then he was recruited on full-time. A lot of times, when you go for the internship, there is opportunity that you're going to get hired, because internship, the employer is already investing time in training you. So we don't really want to, just get interns and okay, move on. But we want to select from those people who are coming for the internship, who are the valuable additions to our company, and then we want to grab them and hire them immediately. So that's something that happened here, I'm guessing, and then the career picked up from there. Once you are in the full time, then you start another project, and another project. Education, also quickly. I know that we are already like 20 minutes after the time. So in education is not only sustainability. There are different types of education out here. While the different types of responsibilities were coming into the picture, this candidate also starts searching for different kind of knowledge to put into his portfolio. So whether it was a communication, whether it was leadership, these kind of courses were adding up here. So that's something important. And then at the bottom, skills. There are different kinds of skills. And then the materials that we will be sending to you, I'm going to also put some skills together so that you can see what are the transferable skills which are important. Recommendation, accomplishments. Why I like LinkedIn, and you should also have a LinkedIn profile, you can check others' LinkedIn profiles as well, is that it's public, it's easy to check, and you can already start building your credibility and connecting with others. So I really encourage you to check and start building your LinkedIn, at least if you don't have it. Just quickly going back to just to summarize about the resume. It's good if it's a one page and very clear structure, because as a recruiter, I have approximately 10 to 30 seconds to screen it. So it has to be very crystal clear and very easy template for me to, before I say, okay, next, please. Short bullets, very short bullets, not a long paragraph. As I told you, if it's like a big paragraph, it's going to be less likely for me to read it. So help me a little bit in there. Accomplishment, put it in a KPIs, which means what is the impact that you had, rather than only responsibility. So if you were working in a social media team, don't say a part of the social media team. Tell me exactly what you were doing there. I was writing blogs. Okay, how many blogs you were writing? Only one blog through the 3 months, or was it something else? So then quantify it a little bit, add numbers. One blog per week. That's gonna give me some information. How active have you been in that space? Experience. Choose internship and projects. By the time you're gonna finish your school or your higher education, maybe 3 to 5 experiences, I would highly encourage you. Choose it based on the responsibilities, contribution, and your own values, rather than stipend or rather than a big brand or something else. Choose it accordingly to test yourself. What is that you want to do in life? What is that clicks with you? Write additional experiences. So whether you have a leadership activities, for instance, you started working in your own community and you were not having segregation in your local where you live, but thanks to you rally some people around the cause and you made it happen. Write it down. These are all very meaningful information for me, because I know that you care about this cause and you are doing something more. How long have you been doing the job? Don't go for a very, very short experiences. Okay, maybe at the beginning when there is no other option, but try to make your internship at least for like 2 to 6 months, or if you are in the first job, like 3 to 4 years. Because that gives me a message that you went through that initial period of learning and the employer teaching you of how to do the job, and you are more valuable, your skills are more solid. And then adapt the CV to the job description. Help the interviewer, help me to really see through my eyes, like if I have a JD, I have a particular criteria that I want to focus on, try to adapt your CV to those particular criteria. Don't send the CV just for the sake of sending it, because it's going to be rejected anyway, because I don't see it matching. So please do keep that in mind. And what else to keep in mind when building a good resume that will get you an interview is that your skills, don't lie about your skills. At the interview point level, we're going to see through it. So never lie in your curriculum. Knowledge, choose credible courses to put in your CV. Certificates, only of substantial meaning. I know that in this area, a lot of people love certificates. I attended 1 hour. Can I get a certificate? I attended other webinar. Can I please have a certificate? And they are not really meaningful for us as a recruiter, because if you did a webinar, I don't even know if you were there during the webinar or you were checking your phone. Just very meaningful certificates. And social media presence. This might sound a little bit spooky or creepy, but sometimes when I recruit, I go to the social media and I check, what is this person posting there? If someone is applying for the position of, let's say, who wants to work in sustainability, but on the social media is very much saying that this is all, that this is not important, then definitely I'm not gonna even look 2 seconds more on that, on the profile of that person. Use social media to build your credibility. Use it for self-branding and stating what is important for you, because today we have a digital footprint. Everything is visible. How to get started? First of all, you in that space, you need to understand that even searching for a job, it's already a skill. How to write a CV, how to write a cover letter, how to practice the interview, how to search for the opportunities, and how to build my network. It comes with the time. So don't get discouraged if you don't know today, I'm not good in interviews. You are not, because you are not practicing enough. If you do mock interviews, if you practice, if you get more comfortable with that, and definitely you're going to be brilliant in it. And be proactive. The best students get jobs before graduation, and they don't have to participate in a campus placement because they do internships, they build a network, and they get the jobs even before finishing their education. Use your talent to work in sustainability. It doesn't matter, as you heard today from the speakers, because every organization who is working on sustainability needs social media, needs creative work, needs videos, needs pictures, needs writing, needs administration, needs project management, needs CA, needs tech people to manage the website. So it doesn't matter in which space you are, you can still work for sustainability, and whatever you love doing, you can combine it with sustainability, whether it's fashion, whether it's a love for nature, whether it's animals, you can all marry into sustainability, and you don't need to study sustainability to be in that space. So choose your, it is your choice basically, where you want to give your time. How to start? Well, some of the practical tips at the end. How to start building your profile. Invest in your growth by taking courses. I think Dr. Sonali shared today that there is Coursera, there are a lot of webinars happening these days. Learn, follow your curiosity, in which area you would like to gain a little bit more knowledge about sustainability. Go there, because you will have another link to even more information how to get into that space. Participate in a field work. So if someone is organizing any cleanup, any tree plantation, go there. There are people who will join hands with them. There are people who will guide you even further. You will start building your connections. Join the youth groups. There are a lot of groups being organized. We are running youth for sustainability clubs in a lot of colleges and schools around India, where the young people are coming together because they say that, no, I want to change something. I don't want straws on my campus. Let's join this hands, and let's go to the principal. Let's go to this owner of the canteen, and let's tell him about sustainability, because that's important. So you can start at any point. Take part in challenges, competitions, pledges. Find and present your solutions. Get the recognition, because you never know who's going to see that solution and start talking about you to another person, to another person, to another person, and then boom, you get a job because you are seen as a specialist in some field. And apply sustainability practices in your own daily life. If you start noticing every single thing around us is related to sustainability. Phone that we are using, the fact that we are on the internet right now, we are using the energy for that. So maybe there could be something done with this. Let's say I have a lipstick. What goes into that lipstick? Is there a palm oil? How was it produced? Once you start putting more attention into sustainable practices in your own life, you will start noticing those areas where you can combine your passion, or maybe you can even start your own enterprise or a startup with some kind of a solution. Because, as I told you at the beginning, with that growing population, there is a lot of people who are job seekers, but we need also job creators. And in other series of this webinars, you're going to hear also from the entrepreneurs as well. One of the ways of starting searching for some opportunities is the website that we are just launching. You will get a sneak peek right now. It's a website of Youth for Sustainability India Alliance. On that website, we are sharing a lot of opportunities. It's easy to navigate. So there are opportunities like internships, different, even salespeople who are working with the social entrepreneurs. So you can find a lot of interesting ways to get involved here. But also there are initiatives that you could join. So there is, like today, for instance, this workshop is a one-way. There are different opportunities for entrepreneurs, for people interested in e-waste management. You can also subscribe for the newsletter. So this is just one of the way of getting involved, but a lot of organizations are also collecting this kind of information to create, because sustainability is everywhere as we speak. And to summarize, I know, always look at the environmental issues and climate crisis as a challenge to solve, not a problem. You might have a solution, great solution presented. Ask yourself, which sustainable challenge I am passionate and I want to solve. I'm going to make my life around it. Fail fast to succeed fast. Start with the internship. Start getting involved in different kind of projects. Start supporting sustainable people who are working in sustainability, and get a mentor. You must have heard from Yusuf that he had a mentor who helped him to get into that space. So please start doing that as well, to build your career and to leverage on the network that you're going to be there. Grab the opportunities. Be proactive. Don't sit passively saying that no one is doing anything for me. No. It's your job to find a job. So grab any opportunities that come in your way. Join the tribe of group of people to move faster. Join the clubs. Be active. Be visible that you are interested in that space. And obviously do what you love to change the world. Because at the end of the day, this is your choice, how you want to spend your life, what kind of a person you want to be in life, whether the person on the left or the person on the right. So use your career to decide the future, not of the planet, because the planet doesn't need us, but our future on this planet. Thank you so much.